Australian made and owned, Hi-Tech Oils is one of the largest oil blenders in Australia with a truly national profile, supplying an extensive range of oils, coolant, grease, batteries and much more for all businesses and consumer needs. Choose Hi-Tech Oils for peace of mind.
The Big Apple is baking, and the searing heat of a New York summer has electrified the street circuit in Brooklyn.
What we gonna do?
After 12 races around the world, the Formula E season has come right down to the wire.
Tell the competition they better not sleep. What we gonna do? Gonna break that heat.
4 drivers will line up for today's final race with a chance of claiming the title. By the end of today, there will be only one, and a champion will be crowned.
You just stepped in the danger zone while I celebrate when I take the throne.
The new fairy tale in New York will be written. Manhattan provides the backdrop, Brooklyn provides the streets, and the ABB Formula E Championship provides the action. It's Champions Day here in the Big Apple. Both the drivers' and teams' titles will be settled here, as this is the final round of this electrifying season. Yesterday saw race 1 of the New York doubleheader weekend, and many are calling it the greatest race in Formula E history. Here's the story so far. Heading into round 12, Season 2 champion Sebastian Buemi took pole position with the championship top 3 of Verne, deGrassi, and Evans back in Midtown on the grid.
And we go green in New York City. It's a pretty decent start from Alex Lynn. He's going to pull alongside. Verne hasn't got away well. Lynn's gone in very, very deep, and he has secured that second place.
The outside, the Dragons get together.
Yeah, the Dragons got together. Then Lopez has hit him, and Verne's been hitting all of that.
It says I have a puncture here left on the dash.
The championship leader has to come into the pits.
Completely hit me.
That's the danger if you're starting in the middle of the pack. Lynn's
stopped.
slowing down. The Jaguar pulls over.
Car's died.
Lynn's loss, Verne's gain, as the safety car enabled the championship leader to rejoin the pack.
Daniel Abt in attack mode in the Audi, goes to the outside. Sims is late on the brakes. And he's going to show him the door. Nicely defended, and that's going to allow the other BMW of Antonio Felix to get in the fight. Out tries to shut him out of the way, and through goes Mitch Evans.
Yes.
deGrassi's passed his teammate and now up into 8th place, which is a net 7th place. deGrassi is now in a position, as it stands, to keep the championship alive.
Pace is good.
There goes Evans.
That was a late move by Sims to defend.
And he's got through. And Verne is in 10th place.
And he's got fastest lap, that's another point.
Yep, 3 total thus far.
deGrassi's going to pass Sam Bird. He's doing everything he can to win this championship, or to keep himself in contention.
Good job. Watch out, turn 1.
What happened?
Verne! Jean-Eric Verne! There's chaos at turn 1!
No.
And Jean-Eric Verne will not score any points! So that means the championship is going to go down to the wire tomorrow, and Sebastian Buemi, with his first win of the season, fires himself into championship contention. 2nd place for Mitch Evans.
Yes, Limerick. Yes.
It just would not go according to script for Techeetah. 3 drivers, Buemi, deGrassi, and Evans hot on Jev's heels and still challenging for the title. And the team championship is under threat as well. It's all to play for. So Jean-Eric Verne has a 22-point lead with Lucas deGrassi, Mitch Evans, and Sebastian Buemi ready to pounce if he makes the slightest mistake. It's a 2-horse race in the teams championship. DS Techeetah have a 24-point lead over Audi Sport Abt Scheffler. Remember, a maximum score is 47 points. The German Audi team reined in Techeetah last season to claim the title. The Chinese team will be desperate to take the honors in both championships here in Brooklyn. Anything less will be viewed as failure. Let's take a look at this Brooklyn track with three-time Indy 500 winner Dario Franchitti.
Very wide going into turn one, the hairpin. 2, 3, 4 is a critical corner to get down this long back straight past the attack mode activation zone. Heavy braking, 6 through 7. Gets very bumpy in the left-hander of turn 9. Turn 10 has been widened this year to promote overtaking. Beautiful chicane, 12, 13, and it's fitting to end the season through turn 14, a fantastic corner. And that is a lap of this 2.3 kilometer New York City track.
Time now to get down to the grid. Sebastian Buemi's third place in qualifying means he is now out of title contention. Championship leader Jean-Eric Vergne will start back in 12th with his nearest title rival Lucas de Grassi alongside him in 11th. Mitch Evans, third in the title fight, is ahead of them in 8th place on the grid, and this is how the top 10 line up. Row 5, Eduardo Mortara for Venturi and Gary Paffett for HWA Race Lab. Moving up to row 4, Mitch Evans for Panasonic Jaguar and Oliver Rowland for Nissan E-Dams, a very dangerous race car. On row 3, Daniel Lapp for Audi Sport App Schaeffler and Stoffel Van Dorn in the second HWA car. On row 2, Sam Bird for Envision Virgin and Sebastian Buemi for Nissan E-Dams. And on the front row, Robin Freins for Envision Virgin and a first-time pole sitter, Alexander Sims for BMW I Andretti. Time now to head down to your race commentary team of Dario Franchitti and Jack Nichols.
Championship leader Jean-Eric Vergne is in 12th place. His title rivals de Grassi and Evans are in 11th and 8th respectively. The front row of the grid is Alexander Sims and Robin Freins in the Envision Virgin Racing team. All 5 lights are on. And we go green in New York City, and it's a very good start from Buemi. Gets up alongside, round the outside, and he's up into second place because he started on that cleaner side of the grid. Van Dorn's going in very, very deep. Robin Freins tries to stay with him. Vergne looks like he's safely through the first corner. We're on board with the championship leader now. Oh, he gets a little bit of a nudge coming into turn 2. He tries to fight that off and go at the inside of Eduardo Mortara, but safely through the first couple of corners there, Vergne, and he might even be up into 11th place by the time they get down to turn 6 here.
Yeah, he's on the clean part of the track. He did a very smart thing. He kind of backed off a bit, moved onto the clean part of the track through turns 2 and 3 as he locks up, goes round the outside. Oh, right behind him. Another incident with the Dragon.
Lopez spun around again. So Lopez loves getting spun around down at turn 6 in what will probably be his final race for the Dragon team. That held up Andre Lotterer, but that was so close to affecting Jean-Eric Vergne again.
Yeah, both championship protagonists. You see them on your screen. Second last, third last. All good so far for those guys.
De Grassi's got up into 10th place. Sims leads, Buemi in second, and we kind of said that Buemi might be happier starting third than second, and so it proved. Through to complete lap 1. The white and blue BMW of Alexander Sims. Buemi's under big pressure for second place as they come across the line. Robin Freins in the purple Envision Virgin racing car. Not close enough for a move.
No, but very late on the brakes. The car looks like superb on the brakes. And you can see Lotterer in the background. He's about under attack as he got some damage to the car.
That's Turvey going up the inside of Lotterer, and Da Costa trying to get involved too. And he needs to be careful not to get fed into the wall there, Lotterer. And he falls down. Alex Lynn has come into the pits at the end of that first lap, and he started towards the back of the field. So a great performance for him yesterday. And of course, that's his drive-through penalty. My apologies, because he started so far down the grid. He couldn't serve his full grid penalty, so that's get converted into a drive-through penalty for Alex Lynn. Sims leading, Buemi second, Jean-Eric Vergne here in 11th place.
And if you're Vergne, you're quite happy at this point because you can see your de Grassi right ahead of you, and you know that he hasn't got away. Oh, but Vergne almost ran into the back of him. That was a little too close for comfort.
And then Mortara almost went into the back of Vergne. So as it stands, Jean-Eric Vergne would win the championship because Lucas de Grassi nor Mitch Evans are winning this E-Prix.
Although, we've seen de Grassi do this before. Starts picking cars off one at a time, and you get towards the end of the race, and there he is. He's right he's in contention. Attack
mode activation is now open. 3 chances of using attack mode in this race. The rest of the season, it's always been 2 4-minute spells where you can boost to 25 kilowatts of power. Today it is 3 for the first time, and the teams you know, in theory, and there goes Robin Freins. He's going for it immediately, and Stoffel van Dorn, so they're getting stuck in as soon as the activation zone opens.
And we expect them to use it early because today's race, battery temperature is going to be an issue, and when you regenerate, when you put energy back into the battery, it heats up the battery, so that is going to be a problem. You see the battle again with the Dragon and the Neo. So I expect them to use a lot of the attack modes early on, and there will be some significant energy saving at points in this race.
And keep in mind, that attack mode draws from the batteries, so you have to be very careful about energy management, and that ruling that you must do it 3 times in this race makes it even more important.
And most of the teams I spoke to said, we haven't tested that. We don't know what it's going to do.
Lopez and Turvey were absolutely pushing each other, weren't they, for 13th position. Sims leading, Buemi second. Now look how close Robin Freins is. Freins is in third at the moment. We're looking back from the second place car of Sebastian Buemi. Freins has more power, about 12% more power. So coming into turn 1, he sends it to the outside. Can he go all the way around the outside of turn 1? No. He'll try and then get the cutback into turn 3. Not quite able to do that either. Will Buemi take attack mode to respond?
Nope, he's done a good job. He managed to get Buemi to go offline. And Buemi does. Buemi responds going over attack mode, but he got Buemi offline. Got some dirt on Buemi's tyres, so now the pressure is definitely on. Can he pass him on equal equipment? I see Stoffel van Dorn go past Sam Bird.
Good move from the Belgian. So that is Van Dorn up into 4th place. Yellow flagged wave. I think that's Lopez to the left-hand side there. Jose Maria Lopez has come to a halt. That might bring out a full course yellow before too long. Sims still leading. Buemi second, Freins third. Van Dorn now up into 4th spot with Bird in 5th, Oliver Rowland in 6th. 2nd through 6th are in their first attack mode period. Alexander Sims feeling comfortable enough not to use his first one yet.
And from Mortara to Da Costa, there's almost a 2-part race because of that incident in turn 6 on lap 1.
Lotterer into the pits. That is bad news for DS Techeetah, and the safety car is deployed then.
Full safety car, the field will bunch up.
So the gap was 24 points. At the moment, Degrassi is picking up 1, and Abt is...
he's in 7th,
He's in 7th place, so he's picking up 6, so that's only a 7-point swing. It's all very well DS Techeetah running into trouble, but Audi need a big points haul if they are going to overturn them in the championship.
This has drawn the whole field back to the back of Mortara, so it's more risk again for Jean-Eric Vergne with more cars behind him.
Basically a 3rd and a 5th. Audi need a 3rd and a 5th to get that championship. Here's a look at the start again.
But look at the start from on the left side of our screen, at the cleanest part of the track. There's just no comparison, is there?
No.
And Buemi straight up into 2nd. Nothing Robin Freins could do there at all.
Little lock-up from Stoffel van Dorn as he tried to get around the outside.
And Jean-Eric Vergne was very circumspect into turn 1 on that first lap. And this is the point where he gets a bit of a nudge in turn 3, and then he moves over straight away and tries to get onto the clean inside part of the track.
He's on board with Buemi. See you later.
That's a good feeling for Buemi.
And then Freins came back to the outside. Sims fairly unchallenged really into the first turn, and away he went.
Sims hasn't used an attack mode yet.
He's on board in the middle of the pack with Andre Lotterer, charging into turn 1. Safety car deployed at the moment. Oh, broken the camera.
Again.
Oh,
and
broken
again.
the camera. And oh, no contact at that corner.
Well done. With his contact coming up.
So this is where Lopez was sent spinning. Oh, yeah, by Lotterer.
Yeah.
So yeah, same as, and then Lopez just drives into Lotterer, and that may be where the terminal damage was caused. Here we go, we're going to break the camera again, there we go.
I mean, Andre almost, I don't know if he was unsighted, but he was carrying way too much speed at that point. A bit of damage to the right rear, yeah. You see the wheel is towing out, so it's broken the suspension.
And I wonder if that's what ultimately has ended Jose Maria Lopez's race as well.
The left rear was really broken in Lopez's car, Jack.
So, Alexander Sims leading the way. The safety car has pulled in. When will he go for it? There he goes.
That was fairly clear, wasn't it?
Yeah, hits the throttle, and he's got a very good restart, you have to say. And he's got a fantastic fantastic restart, actually. Robin Freins
behind Buemi.
all over the back of Buemi for second place. We're racing again on the streets of New York City, down towards the first corner. Sims with a brilliant restart, and it's Robin Freins who's under pressure. Sam Bird's on the attack as well, darting to the inside, darting to the outside.
We can take attack mode.
De Grassi being told that he can take attack mode. Verne has actually dropped back a bit from De Grassi there at the restart.
He's just been a little circumspect, Jack, just giving a gap just in case anything happens in front. See the leader, Sims, through attack mode. Van Dorn again, and the rest of the field follows.
What a getaway for Sims, considering he's never done that before.
Sims then pulling away in the lead at the moment. 33 minutes plus 1 lap to go. Still plenty more action to come here on the streets of Brooklyn in New York City. Buemi under big pressure again from Robin Freins. Van Dorn was under attack from Bird all of the time. Oliver Rowland in the other Nissan is keeping tabs on them from behind. So that's Van Dorn's second attack mode that he's activated. He's going pretty aggressive with those attack mode activations, isn't he?
Yeah, both the HWAs have done the same thing, Jack. Both him and Paffin. This is the point, if you're Sims, if you're leading, let's watch what Daniel Ab's coming through. Did he miss it again? He missed it yesterday, didn't he? Yes, yep, he missed it again.
We'll have a look. I think he got it. I think he just got it. Look, it's activated there.
No, he did.
I was
late because he missed it yesterday. Probably should have looked at the screen before I said that, shouldn't I?
On attack mode,
Eduardo Mortara.
If you're Sims, your instinct's telling you to go get away from the field, just build a gap. But that's going to create all sorts of problems with battery temperature and stuff. As we see Robin Freins use attack mode, so you've got to just back the field up a little bit, get a gap of about a second and a half, and hold it there. Here comes Oliver Rowland, Sam Bird defending.
Just about managed to keep that position then. Rowland still in 6th place. He's only got 1 attack mode remaining. Oliver Rowland in the second of the silver Nissans, a very aggressive driver, rookie this season, but he hasn't been afraid to mix it up with anybody. As you see, Robin Freins in the Envision Virgin car, hounding Sebastian Buemi. On board we are with the man from Maastricht. Not the catchiest of nicknames.
You've got to work on that one for next year, Jack.
I only just made that one up. I haven't been like planning it for the whole season.
Are you sure?
No, not really. 31 minutes. Look at them fly through that. That's a great shot coming into 12. And now through the final corner at 14. Oh, it's the dummy from Freins. But he's offline. He's on the dirty part of the track.
He got it stopped.
Brilliant move from the man from Maastricht. Going to keep going for it, as he has done with Sebastian Buemi. Dummied him beautifully.
That move was much better than your nickname, Jack. That was phenomenal. It's for the second Nissan. Actually, Buemi going into attack mode. He's going to have another go. Wow, really good work from Freins. Had attack mode on.
Paffett defending from De Grassi. Verne was under pressure there, coming into the left-hander of Mortara. Verne is definitely, I think, just sitting there behind De Grassi, half a second or so, 8/10 behind, no worries.
Yeah, but he's got to watch because Mortara is no shrinking violet. He will attack him.
Whoa, Bird up the inside of Van Dorn, coming down into turn 10. Classic Bird, last of the late breakers move.
Textbook Sam Bird, Jack. He took the words out of my mouth. He's going to set sail now, try and catch Sebastian Buemi, get both Envision Virgin cars on the podium.
Half an hour plus a lap to go as Alexander Sims, the race leader for BMW, now has a 1.8 second lead at the front of this race. 1.2 seconds back to Buemi. Sorry, to Freins. Eyes forward is the message from Stephen Lane to Sam Bird, as it always is whenever Bird makes an overtake. So there's the pack going through, and then there's Sims, there's Freins 1.8 seconds back, then it's Buemi. And I feel like Bird has already closed in quite a bit on Buemi. He took 0.3 of a second out of him in the final sector, Sam Bird. So these Envision cars are rapid.
And Sam Bird said yesterday, he said, I have a winning car. Just all went wrong. This was a fantastic move from Robin Freins. Look how much Buemi squeezed. Look at the dust flying up. There's no grip on that dust, but Robin Freins makes the pass, gets the car stopped.
Here we go on board.
Yeah. Watch how busy his hands get when he's heavy on the brakes. Look, the car just dancing beneath him.
There we go. go. Here comes a look from Wehrlein up the inside of Oliver Turvey, and that is the move for 14th place. Turvey falls back behind the Mahindra.
And Abt in 7th was defending fairly heavily from Evans. Nothing out of order, but he's definitely defending.
This was the look from Sam Bird up the inside of Van Dorn. Straightforward.
Yeah, absolutely. The reprofiling of that corner has definitely aided passing this year. That wouldn't have been possible on the old track.
Alex Lynn is right on the back of Tom Dillman. Lynn running in last place, but he is now on the back of Dillman at least to try and make some kind of overtake. Bit surprised at the lack of speed of Roland here. Not surprised at the lack of speed of Roland, but I was just thinking he's very, very close. Did he go for it? No. But Evans, I thought Mitch Evans would be making more progress than he is.
Yeah, again, I think Abt is defending pretty heavily in front of him, Jack. He was all over the back of him. But look at Degrassi behind Gary Paffett. He'll be looking for any weakness.
Well, Degrassi's in attack mode. Degrassi's in attack mode now. He's just activated it, and he's right up behind Gary Paffett as they come through the final corner at 14.
They've just gone through now.
There they are. And now Roland is attacking Van Dorn. Big lock up into turn 1. Abt behind is defending from Evans. Van Dorn keeps the position in the HWA ahead of Roland.
And Evans is on attack mode, so there's got to be a level of frustration as you see Sims uses his second attack mode.
Big crack on the front of Roland's car. Look at him come. Here, Roland, because he's got the attack mode, he's got more straight line speed. Looks to the outside. Evans trying to get past Abt to the inside, up into turn 6. And
I wonder if there's a bit of Daniel Abt protecting his teammate Lucas Degrassi, because Evans is only 3 points behind Degrassi.
Paffett has lost out to Degrassi and Verne. So Paffett has dropped down to 11th. Both Degrassi and Jean-Eric Verne have got past. So Verne is now up into the points. And still as it stands, would wrap up the Season 5 Championship, becoming the first ever double winner in ABB FIA Formula E history. Double champion. And look at Freitz. He was 1.8 seconds back from Alexander Sims. Now it's going to be just half a second as they come across the line with 26 minutes plus 1 lap to go.
And that is not what you want to see. You look in your mirrors and you see the Envision car coming down behind you. And it's important for Sims not to get rattled, though. Don't outbrake himself. Don't make a mistake.
Here's the Drivers' Championship as it stands. Jean-Eric Verne, the champion. Buemi second. Degrassi third. How Evans would love even just to finish third, I think would be great for Mitch Evans.
Absolutely.
You get a trophy.
Here he goes again on Daniel Abt.
Come on.
This is to do with the championship, Jack. I'm telling you, he is defending, because if he scores more points, he's potentially going to pass Lucas Degrassi in the Drivers' Championship. There's only 3 points between them.
On board with Mitch Evans. That felt a bit too much for me.
Yeah, again, I agree with you. That was just on the edge of just kept squeezing him. And I think the dust makes it also look a bit worse.
Yeah. Makes it look more dramatic.
Yes.
That's a great point about the championship, though, between drivers, Dario. We keep talking about who's going to be champion. Well, from second place on down, you've got how many points covering 4 drivers from 108 down to 97. 11 points covered 4 in the championship.
25 minutes plus 1 lap to go in the final race of the season. They're all coming round like up the inside goes Abt, trying to get his way past Stoffel Van Dorn, and he done it.
So Abt has gone from defending from Evans to attacking and passing Stoffel Van Dorn. Good work.
So that's now up into 6th place. Van Dorn starting to slide backwards a little bit. Van Dorn going for attack mode now. And then moving back over. Mitch Evans up the inside of Van Dorn. I think he's got that one, Evans. No.
Not quite.
Thought he was far enough alongside.
Evans gave him, Van Dorn gave him just enough room.
This is robust racing, isn't it?
But not stupid. That was good, clean racing.
Fan boost announcement, Bob.
Here are the 5 winners. Antonio Felix da Costa, Sebastian Buemi, Stoffel Van Dorn, no surprise there. Daniel Abt, Lucas Degrassi. And so, for the first time in 13 races, Stoffel Van Dorn is not the top vote getter, but he does get the power boost.
So Da Costa got past Mortara up into 12th place, and then Mortara was just shuffled back by the 2 Mahindras of Wehrlein and D'Ambrosio as well. So Mortara losing 3 places in as many corners there. as they come down over the start-finish straight again. Alexander Sims' lead is down to 0.4 of a second. This is Maxi Günther lobbing it up the inside of Oliver Turvey and making the move stick. So Günther now up into 16th place. This horrible year for Neo coming to an end with Turvey slipping backwards through the field. Here comes Abt side by side with Roland. Roland comes across to cover him off.
Roland is not going to be an easy person to pass. He doesn't care who you are. He's going to put up a fight to pass you or to hold you behind.
Sims leading. Freins second. Third Buemi. Fourth Bird. Nearly tapping the wall.
It looks like Bird's rear tyres are going off just a fraction with that sort of oversteer. The more you do that, the more you slide the rear tyres, the worse it's going to get. It's kind of a very vicious circle.
23 minutes and 16 seconds, plus 1 lap to go in the season.
Everybody has very similar energy levels. You see them onto the right side of their names.
Yeah, Roland with a slightly less than everyone else, but only by a 1%. Across the line they come, still 0.4 of a second. Look how late Freins is on the brakes there.
And this is BMW powertrain against Audi. The Envision team have an Audi powertrain in the back of that car. They're a customer team.
And then there's the Nissan slightly dropping away in third. Gary Paffett and Antonio Felix da Costa here. And da Costa gets through. So that's up to 11th place now. So both HWAs just dropping back a little bit. Race leader Alexander Sims. Second place Robin Freins, lock up from Sims. And that will give Robin Freins a little bit of hope. Is it nice to see the guy in front of you making a little error?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Just gives him more, gives him more ammunition. Just keep pushing harder and harder and hoping he's going to make a bigger mistake. And if not, you're figuring a way to pass him.
On board with Robin Freins. John Beagles says, surely the Maastricht Master is better than the man from...
Couldn't be any worse. That was a great move from da Costa. Look how he kind of dummied. And it just, Gary Paffett, at this point you're thinking, oh, it's going to get ugly. And Gary just eventually said, right, okay, you got me.
Yeah, knew when to back out.
Yeah.
There's Roger Griffiths, the team boss of the BMW I Andretti team. Robin Freins going for the lead. Being squeezed and squeezed by Sims, and the move is made. Robin Freins forces his way into first place. Sims drops down to second. Little calm nod from Sylvain Filippi, the boss of the Envision Virgin Racing team.
And Freins won in Paris in very difficult conditions earlier in the season. See if he can set sail.
Strong job, mate, strong job. Maximum efficiency, focus in front.
Strong job, maximum efficiency. Bertrand Fabin, his race engineer, that's the message.
And this is a real juggling act. Now the car is going to be beeping, telling him when to save energy, when to lift and coast, when to regenerate, when to put energy back into the battery. As we've talked about, that heats up the battery. So this is just juggling act they're trying to do while driving these cars on the absolute limit between these very unforgiving walls.
Through turn 10, the Manhattan skyline in the background. What a wonderful place for a motor race, and this is the move for the lead. Sims is looking in his mirror, and I think Freins almost dummies him again. Sims comes over pretty heavily.
That was a very late defence, wasn't it? And robust as well from Sims. That was properly on the limit.
This is real, but he does leave enough room. Oh, he turns in a bit.
He turned in, but then Robin Freins just pushed into the side. He's like, yeah, I'm not having that.
Anybody else thinking Marrakesh when they saw that? Sims and his teammate da Costa came together.
He was quite far back there, Freins, as well, wasn't he?
You saw a quick look over to the right just to see what was going on with him. Very vision limited, as we see Sam Bird going through attack mode again, using his third attack mode.
So Bird now wanting to get up onto the podium. And this is the kind of thing I can't imagine. If you're in Virgin Racing and suddenly you got the two quickest cars on the track at the season finale, and the pace has been there for this all year. They've had strong results throughout the whole season. Sam Bird was on the podium in the second and third races, winning in Santiago. Freins won in Paris, but it just hasn't quite come together for them over the course of the whole year.
Sam Bird to the middle point of the season was most difficult of his career.
Yeah.
Just nothing went right, and Robin Freins has just had DNF recently. Since he won in Paris, he hasn't scored a point.
So Verne is in 11th place still out of the points.
Yeah.
He's got past Paffett, but Paffett is still with him, and da Costa's actually got past Jean-Eric Verne. So the whole Jean-Eric Verne's just taking it steady. I'm not sure if I'm buying it quite so much now.
You know?
I don't know, letting people pass, really dropping away from De Grassi? Because if something happens, and you know, you need to be in the position to.
I would want to be closer. Yes, I would want to be closer to De Grassi, but I'm not driving the car, and he's clearly got a game plan. As you see, Buemi using his second attack mode now to cover off Sam Bird.
So Buemi then covers the inside line. That is his third and final attack mode for Sebastian Buemi.
And again, I think they're using them early. So towards the end, when they get some battery temperature issues, shall we say, they don't run it. They can actually use.
On him, mate. Let's get him. We can get him.
We can get him, says Laney.
I think you probably can.
On board here with Jean-Eric Verne in 11th place behind Antonio Felix da Costa.
Surprised da Costa hasn't cleared off a bit more, because da Costa was so fast in the race yesterday.
Started 14th da Costa. So he's managed to get his way up into 10th place. Here's the attack modes remaining. Freins and Sims both have one. So does Daniel Abt, and then so do Evans, De Grassi, da Costa and Verne in the rest of the top 11.
Look at the amount of rubber on the track. We don't normally see this in Formula E. Clearly running the two races on one track over the weekend. The rubber is going to make the car feel completely different than they normally do. See Evans having a look at Van Dorn.
Verne on da Costa.
P9.
I think da Costa's in trouble. That was too easy.
But especially as da Costa had just passed Verne.
Yeah.
Sims uses his attack mode, his final one of the session.
And you know,
Verne is in attack mode.
Yeah, I know, but
Costa,
it was so easy on the brakes, so Jack. No defending.
Daniel Abt on Roland. Gets it done, goes in a little deep, but manages to get it stopped. So that's Abt now up into 5th place. He's doing a good job here, Daniel Abt, in the Audi.
Yeah, he really is.
Finished 3rd in Paris and 3rd in
But look
Hong
at
Kong.
Evans. Evans is all over the back of Roland.
Good job, man.
Evans trying to go around the outside of Roland into 6th, not going to work. Verne now starting to hunt down De Grassi a little more. We're on board with Lucas De Grassi. 9th place. Stoffel Van Dorn in front.
And again, this man has got to win. As you see the heads-up display, look at the power generation. Look at it going on to regen. You see it putting energy back into the battery.
There's some action up in front. Mitch Evans trying to get past Roland, and that's a really good exit from Lucas De Grassi. He didn't fancy a look coming into turn 11 on Van Dorn, but he really got good drive out of the corner. He's...
Wow, big snap of oversteer in the middle of the chicane from Stoffel Van Dorn. Sorry, Jack.
That's all right. De Grassi's not in attack mode compared to Van Dorn. They're both running at regular pace, but he was just so good off the hairpin. Van Dorn seems to have a little more straight line speed. Side by side in front again. Is that Roland getting passed by Mitch Evans, or are they still in the same order? No, he's done it. Mitch Evans through up into 6th place. Roland drops down to 7th.
Mitch Evans 1.6 seconds back from Daniel Abt ahead. Can he hunt him down?
They've both got 2 minutes of attack mode remaining. There is Evans then in that Jaguar in front of Oliver Roland.
It's possible to overtake.
Copy.
Again, there's a battle between Mitch Evans and Lucas De Grassi for 2nd position in the championship. Only 3 points between them.
And as a result, this is how it would stand. Buemi 2nd in the standings, Evans 3rd in the standings, 3 points ahead of Lucas De Grassi if it were to finish this. And yes, Robin Freins would be up into 5th in the championship.
That's quite a turnaround.
Yeah. Came into the weekend in 8th place and hasn't scored any points in the last 4 races since he won in Paris, as you said earlier. Looking back at De Grassi. That was on board with Van Dorn.
De Grassi right there. Daniel Abt's just on the fastest lap. You see Lucas using fan boost.
De Grassi up the inside of Van Dorn on the fan boost, and that is 8th place taken away.
Lovely overtaking manoeuvre there. You see Stoffel Van Dorn seeing Lucas De Grassi in his mirrors. As he comes up to turn. There you go. That's a nice close view of the nose at turn 10. Heavy braking for 11. This is him coming out the last corner. Look at the halo glowing magenta at fan boost, 250 kilowatts of power, just for a split second. That's all it took.
Let's look at the replay again. On board with De Grassi. Straightforward stuff. So there's Alan McNish, the team boss, And there is Robin Freins, the race leader. Second place for Alexander Sims. Third is Sebastian Buemi. Fourth is Sam Bird. Fifth is Daniel Abt. A bit of a gap back there to Mitch Evans. And de Grassi is up the inside of Oliver Rowland. And that now is seventh place for Lucas de Grassi. So he's climbing back up the order. A bit of a clunk on the apex there. But de Grassi now seventh, Rowland eighth, Van Dorn ninth, Verne completing the top 10.
If I'm Verne, I'm starting to think, oh, I better start making a little bit of progress here. Nothing crazy, but I just want to keep Lucas within a position or two.
11 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Here's how the championship looks then. Diaz Techeetah now only just 8 points ahead of Audi, and the two Audis are making progress. And Verne is in 10th place, and Lotterer is out of the race. This is going to be the fascination in the closing stages of this E-Prix.
Robin Freins can dictate the length of this race, Jack, because it's obviously a timed race. So he can dictate exactly how fast he goes, how many laps they're going to have to do. This is Lucas de Grassi again, overtaking Oliver Rowland.
Yeah, Rowland really sliding back through the field, actually. There's de Grassi, fairly lonely now in his 7th position.
Look at the marbles on the outside of turn 14. You go slightly offline. That is incredibly slippery. The wall is waiting.
Verne has used his attack mode. He's in his last one, and as a result is right on the back now of Stoffel Van Dorn, trying to get that 9th place away. Buemi uses his fan boost, maybe to attack Sims. Yeah, to attack Sims.
Oh, Sims is defending left, defending right.
Oh!
Buemi went offline, Jack, onto the dusty part of the circuit.
Is that going to give Sam Bird in this purple Envision Virgin racing car an opportunity? Wasn't quite able to take advantage. It was a sort of good place, I suppose, for Buemi to go offline, because it was all quite a slow sequence of corners. Bird loves it into this hairpin, though, down into 10. Doesn't fancy it this time.
Verne is past Van Dorn and looking all over the back of Rowland. But Rowland is not going to be easy.
Positions are good. Okay, so we've got to keep it clean. This is good.
That was Verne going past Van Dorn. This is Verne on the back of Rowland.
Yeah, and you can see the Nissan just struggling. Both of them, Oliver Rowland, as we just heard, Sebastian Buemi on the radio, not happy. So normally Jean-Eric Verne would be attacking, but today he's only got one job, and you see the Drivers' Championship at the bottom of the screen.
So Evans, as it stands, would now miss out on the top 3 places by a point. Robin Freins would move up into 5th in the drivers' standings. Da Costa would drop to 6th.
But again, the man that Evans is fighting for 3rd in the championship's teammates right in front of him, so Daniel Abt is not going to make it easy for him to pass.
Bit of action there between Maxi Günther and Pascal Wehrlein over 14th place. There's Abt. Really under pressure now from Mitch Evans. Evans very close. This is the battle we were just talking about.
Maxi Günther's only got 15% of energy left. Looks to be in trouble, I would say, with energy.
I agree. He's a lap shorter than anyone else.
Yeah, look how defensive Daniel Abt is. The way he's positioning the car, that's how you can tell.
It's all concertinaing up now.
Got a yellow flag at turn 6.
Behind Alexander Sims, and it's Günther. I think it's Günther. He's just dropped back down through the order. Here's a look at the replay. Oh dear.
He was trying to pass Pascal Wehrlein. Track is clear at turn 6.
Okay, so he's got back on his way again. Here they come, arriving together. Sending it in like a torpedo. Battle for 2nd place. Sims is having to defend now from Sebastian Buemi behind. Sam Bird lurking in 4th. Daniel Abt in 5th. Mitch Evans in 6th. This battle has been brewing for a good 10 or 15 minutes now.
This is where Evans is going to have another look at Daniel Abt.
Robin Freins is checking out.
Here goes Evans again. No. Look at Abt. As soon as he sees him move out, he blocks the defend.
Evans in the Jaguar. Won a race earlier this year in Rome.
Is he going to look into turn 10? Let's see. He's close.
So's Buemi. No look this time. This, when they were telling to Sam Bird this is good for the championship, I think they were talking about the team's championship, because as it stands, Envision Virgin Racing would move up into 3rd, in the team's standings, having come
back up ahead of Nissan.
Yeah, having come into the weekend fourth.
They were actually third coming into the weekend, and they went back down to fourth yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
So, 3.5 minutes plus 1 lap to go. Mitch Evans is being warned on the radio. Careful with that, because he will happily, you know, sort you out to get Lucas de Grassi past behind.
I don't doubt it. Daniel Abt re-signed for Audi for next season. You see him again defending. Mitch Evans trying to make him go offline. That was fair defending from Daniel Abt. Didn't come back across the front of him.
Here's a look at Felipe Massa. What's Felipe been up to? Look up the inside.
Wow, Felipe. He's had an action-packed weekend, Felipe. Got together yesterday with Jean-Eric Vergne.
It feels like he tried to actually back out of that one.
Yeah.
He sort of went for it, then thought, oh no, but...
was on the dust.
It was too late. So we've only got 3 minutes plus a lap to go of the season. The driver's title is looking pretty comfortable for Jean-Eric Vergne, because Mitch Evans and Lucas de Grassi, who have to win the race to have any chance of taking away from him, are in 6th and 7th as it stands. It's looking good. There's the points at the current moment. It's also looking good for the DS Techeetah team to wrap up both titles as it stands as well.
I think Evans is going to have a go, though. I really do. I think he's going to have a go at trying to pass Daniel Abt.
Well, why not? If he passes him, he gets third in the championship. If he doesn't, nothing really changes.
Yeah, get on the podium in the championship. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because the guy's ahead, season. Oh, and there's another look.
I feel like this is interesting. So Evans was specifically told, don't go to the outside of Daniel Abt, because they'll feed you. So now, Abt is almost defending.
Grass is catching up on energy. You're all at the same energy now.
That's Joseph Rocker, the engineer for Evans, telling him that. It's almost like Abt is covering the inside, begging Abt to go to the outside, and Abt isn't. He's just sitting in behind him because he doesn't want to go to the outside. And de Grassi now is on the back of them all. Freins, 4.4 seconds in the lead of the race. Hard-earned fight for the victory, or for the lead. And now he's just pulling away happily with 1 minute and 15 to go. So I think we might get...
If I'm Robin Freins, I'm going to slow down. I'm going to back it off, so I've only got one more lap to do. I'm going to back off this lap.
Keep an eye out on that one.
Because being a timed race, if he goes as quickly as he has been, he's going to have to do 2 more laps.
He's got enough energy for 2 more laps, but why not get the race over with and win it?
Absolutely right, unless you have to do the better. I look like Mitch Evans was having another go.
Look at that, Abt covering the inside, Evans to the outside in the Jaguar. But again...
3 laps.
Oh, another, just a nudge, and a nudge from Lucas de Grassi as well.
See, Evans is being told 3 laps there. So we'll see what actually is the case.
It's that risk-reward, isn't it? And Da Costa's used fan boost. But what is the risk? How much you prepared to risk? Because he looks again.
And this must be an unpleasant scenario for Evans. He knows he's getting fed backwards into Abt's teammate here. Jean-Eric Vergne just keeping out of trouble, cruising around in 9th place and looking set to wrap up a 2nd Formula E title. Robin Freins then, when does he come in? He has come across the line, Freins.
Yep.
So he didn't slow down. This is now... no, there's going to be 1 more after this, so 2 laps to go.
That's not the way. Oh, I'm not driving the car. No, just be quiet.
Not too quiet. I can't bother to do all the talking.
Why not?
Yeah.
No, but I would have backed off a little bit there. But it's just anything could happen in that extra lap, as we have seen, issues with the car or whatever. So
maybe he's just having too much fun.
He might be having a lot of fun.
Confirm 2 laps, and you do what you want with your recharge. You do what you want with your recharge.
Alpha Lima November Bravo.
Vergne just trying to keep cool. It's all calmed down a little bit over 2nd place, hasn't it?
Yeah.
There's Robin Freins leading the way, and he is 4.8 seconds up the road. He's got, as we said, such a margin that he could have just parked the car and got it done a lap sooner, but might as well.
There's Jean-Eric Vergne. He's a lap away.
And DS Techeetah are a lap away from a double championship victory. It's been done before by Renault Edams in season 2. Sims looks like he's going to hold on to second place, which will be his first podium of the season in the final race. Verne being told, you don't need to do any more, we've got the margin in the team's championship. Final lap.
You will enter in your last lap. You will enter in your last lap.
Final lap for Verne.
That's a great thing to hear, because you're in Verne's position. Final lap.
Final lap of the season.
You're just willing the car home now. Come on, don't let anything break.
He's won the last race of the season for the last 2 seasons, but I'm sure he couldn't care less about winning this one because he knows he's got the championship.
Yeah, he gets the big trophy if he completes this lap.
There's Robin Freins bossing it at the front. Sims in second. It looks as though it's all going to stay fairly stagnant behind in the end. They've been close to each other, but nothing coming of it. And Mitch Evans, was that in purpose? Did he just, or has he got a problem? Evans has a problem.
Mitch Evans, yeah.
Degrassi's up the inside. Degrassi's in the wall. Evans is in the wall. But Robin Freins out of the final corner to take the checkered flag and to take the victory in New York City.
It's okay.
Robin Freins wins. But here comes Jean-Eric Verne.
Degrassi crashed.
Out of the final corner now. And he is a 2 times Formula E champion.
Jeff, we have done it again. We have done it again. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Jeff. We have done it again.
Drivers champions and teams champions, Diaz Techeetah and Jean-Eric Verne.
And 2 extra places on that last lap.
Yeah.
Crash.
Incredible. Shall we have a chat with him?
Yeah.
Jean-Eric, it's Dario. Congratulations. You are the first Formula E double champion. Well done.
FP2, Jeff, region paddle and no crossing.
Thank you, Dario. Thank you, Dario.
Thank you.
Yeah, double champion. Wow, cannot believe it. It was so tough yesterday. And yeah, today was just a question of staying on track and score some points, which we did. And I mean, massive congrats and massive thank you for my team, my family, because they've been the best this year. They've been the best.
And the team's championship too. Well done, well done. Enjoy the celebration. You can see what it means to him, huh?
Yeah.
What happened?
So Degrassi goes one way, goes the other.
And did Evans hit him before? Did something... sorry, did Degrassi hit Evans before? I don't know what started this. It
started at the hairpin.
But did it start before Jack? This is... Something set this off that we haven't seen.
Might have been back in the hairpin. We're past that now.
He's hit him again. Now, is Evans trying to get out of the way and Lucas hit him, so Mitch thought,
yeah, maybe.
Forget you. I don't know.
We need to see a bit earlier at the hairpin.
Yeah,
that's
turn 9.
Started, yeah.
I'd like to see it at turn 9.
But we'll wait and see what that means for the championship. So Freins climbs out of the car and stands atop it as the winner of the final race of the season in New York City. And again, Envision Virgin Racing, the only team to have had both drivers win a race this year.
Correct. Here's a look at our provisional results of the 13th and final round of Season 5. Robin Freins picks up his 2nd victory of the year. Alexander Sims, his first ever Formula E podium. And Sebastian Buemi, his 25th. Sam Bird 4th, Daniel Abt 5th, followed by Oliver Rowland and Jean-Eric Verne.
Last time I scored point was a win in Paris, and then 4 times. Congrats, mate. 4 times, no points. We are the championship contention. We had a lot of issues. Yesterday we had an issue again. And I'm just satisfied that all came together again and just give something back to the team because they worked very hard for it.
A fantastic 2nd victory for Robin Freins to add to his amazing win in Paris. A very good performance from Alexander Sims and a superb effort from Sebastian Buemi, who has finally converted pace into results this weekend. Today also sees the concluding round of the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy Series, with 2nd and 3rd in the championship still at stake.
The final race of the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy Series season. Sergio Jimenez starting on pole. His Brazilian teammate alongside him on the front row, Cacabueno. The best start was made by Catherine Legg. Round the outside of Simon Evans, brilliantly done at the first corner. And that ultimately cost Simon Evans 3rd place in the championship. Brian Sellers was working his way up from the back of the order. charging past Celia Martin, as Catherine Legg really put the pressure on Caca Bueno for the first 3/4 of the race, really. Celia Martin locked up, went straight on in turn 6. That meant that Bandar Al-Assai was able to get past Brian Sellers, overtook Ahmed Bincannon, but Bincannon could hold on to win the Pro-Am class. Celia Martin had to retire with seemingly a technical problem, but Sergio Jimenez took the victory and wins the final race of the season. He's won the last 2 at the doubleheader in New York City, and he's the champion.
So let's move back now to Formula E. Here's a look at the provisional championship points among drivers. Jean-Eric Vergne by 17 over Sebastian Buemi, 11 back to Lucas de Grassi, 2 further to Robin Franz, who moves up to 4th. Mitch Evans drops down to 5th, followed by Antonio Felix da Costa, Daniel Abt, Andre Lauderer down in 8th, Sam Bird in 9th, Oliver Rowland 10th in his first season in the series, and Jerome D'Ambrosio, a race winner in Marrakesh. In the team's championship, Diaz Techeetah did what they could not do last year, hold off Audi Sport Abt Schaeffler to take the championship, and Vision Virgin moves up to 3rd, Nissan Idams drops down to 4th. Let's hear from our champion.
I think I take 10 years of my life in a weekend. It was very stressful. Yesterday didn't go to plan, and today, starting in the middle of the pack, I had to be very aggressive at the start and take some risk, but it paid off. And then I was just managing the situation depending on Mitch and Lucas. They both crashed at the end, so they gave me the title. I don't really know. So many emotions running in my body right now, but I feel very, very proud to be in this team, and they've been fantastic to me this year, and I'm so happy to have won it again.
Well, he truly is a deserving champion. To clinch his 2nd championship this season is even more impressive because the Formula E field is so competitive and packed with world-class driving talent. The 2 former champions, Sebastian Buemi and Lucas de Grassi, will be disappointed not to be on the top step today, but they'll be proud of their achievements looking back in the coming days. With 9 different winners this season, we could have had many different drivers up on the podium, but today belongs to one man, 2-time ABB FIA Formula E champion, Jean-Eric Vergne. Congratulations as well to Diaz Techeetah for winning the team's championship. Formula E will be back in November as we kick off Season 6 in Diriyah, Saudi Arabia. But until then, it's goodbye from Jack Nichols, Dario Franchitti, me, Bob Varsha, and our entire crew. We'll see you in the fall.